Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How is everybody? Let me pull myself up. I'm Tanya with Ribbon Branch Crafts. Welcome. You can catch us every Wednesday at 8 a.m. is when the fun starts with the Bright Ideas Crafters and Marketplace. And we got a great lineup, and we got a brand new person. I lost my paper, but hopefully I can remember. Okay, so today was Nutcrackers, spooky vibes, Thanksgiving. We basically could just, pick whatever kind of seasonal thing that we wanted. And so what I decided to do is today we are going to do this. I thought of spooky, like pirate chests and just spooky octopus and skulls like down in the sea, Davy Jones locker type of thing. So that's what we're going to do today. Hey, good morning, crafty ladies and family. Hey, good morning, Stefan. So this is what we're doing today, okay? Let me set this right here so y'all can see everybody coming in. So this is what you're going to need. I tried to do this where we don't need a whole lot of foam again. I found this. This is just a AC adapter box. It just came with, I don't know, some random thing that we bought. And this is just the empty box from it. Good morning, Janet. How are you? And what I did is I just hot glued it all around where it could come open. Okay. And it's pretty solid, This one I actually used an Uno card box that was empty. Okay. So you can use whatever kind of square box, whatever, you can use it. Okay. So you're going to need a box. Then you remember these from when we did the octopus cookie jar top. This is just the wine glass. They're plastic, and you get them in packs of 6. So I still got a bunch of them. You're gonna need one of these for this bigger size. This smaller size, I just used a styrofoam ball. See, and you can still get that, but I think this one's gonna look way cooler because of the shape. And then the last thing we do need a piece of foam is hey, good morning, Rose. Is half of a styrofoam egg, okay? And this one is 4 inches, if that helps anyone, to just, and see, it's not perfect on my box, but that's okay, because it's still gonna be cool. So that's really all you need for, the structure part. And we are just gonna get right into it. Rose, did I say good morning? Good morning, my friend. Okay, so we are going to use the dark brown today. You can use the coffee bean. It would be very similar to this color, but just like a dark brown we want to go with today. Hey, Rhonda, hey, Stacey, there's my girls. What are y'all doing? Okay, so anybody just coming in, this is what we're doing today. I chose to do spooky, and that's just where my brain went, was like spooky pirates and Davy Jones locker gold type of thing. So okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, let's set that up there, get your clay out, and we're just going to roll some of this. Hey, Lori, good morning. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. And the first thing we're going to do is cover the bottom, because the bottom, we'll be able to mess with it and stuff, and it won't be. Hey, Martha, how are you? Hey, Cheryl. Hey, BC, how are you? Thank y'all for coming. I sure do appreciate it, because I know it's hard in the middle of a weekday, so I appreciate you guys. So we're going to get our tacky glue out. And the first thing we're going to do is get our bottom covered. Okay, we're just going to gently press in. Okay, then what we're going to do, get that unstuck. You can use your scissors for this part if you want. I just like this. If you are going to get into this, I do recommend you getting one of these. This is just like a, I think it's called a dough cutter. It's a baking tool. And I got mine on Amazon. You can get them. I think I got like a set of 3 or 4 different sizes of these. And they're not that expensive. So, and then also you can use this. See if your clay gets stuck like mine just did. It'll help you lift your clay up too if that happens. Okay, so we're just going to form it up. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a fabulous day too. Hey, Wanda, there she is. Yes, thank you. So far, so good. It was a little slow getting going today. You know, one of the mornings where you need extra coffee. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Okay, we're just covering the bottom so you don't notice that it's just a regular old box under there. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the sides, okay? And I'm going to show you, can you see that wood grain that's on there? This is what I used. Can you see that? It comes in like a pack of like 3 or 4 different designs. Yes, Rhonda, this is just a little AC adapter box that came with, I can't even remember what we bought, maybe a phone or something like that, but it's just any old box. You know, this one, like I said, was a Uno card box that I used. Hey, Eliza, good morning. So any kind of box that's just like a rectangle kind of shape will work for this. And make sure, you know, you have, it kind of matches your size. Okay, so we're just going to roll this out, and I'm going to show you how to use this impression. This is a hard plastic. This isn't silicone, but they work really good for small projects like this. I actually use this wood grain one a lot. I use this for my, like my crosses and stuff when I'm doing my faith crafts. This works absolutely great if you're wanting to do, try something like that too. I know that's like the first thing I do in the morning one is like, I need coffee. No. Okay, so that's what that gives you. Very, very, very pretty. Okay, and then we're just going to trim the part off that didn't press. Okay. This is a very easy craft. And you guys will see just how easy it is. But those of you who saw the octopus cookie jar, I mean, you kind of already have the concept of doing the octopus part anyway. Hey, Shannon, Amy girl, there she is. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, and I like those little, what are they called? The knots. I like to try to make those stand out the most. So what we're going to do is find your front, what side you want your of your front to be, okay? And then we're going to put a little tacky glue, just like that. And then we're just going to take your piece and put it flush with the bottom. And then just gently, do it gently, because you don't want to mess your impression up. Okay? And then we're just going to slightly fold it. This part, we want to smooth and flatten just a little bit. I'll show you here. Okay, and then we're going to take this and just trim our excess. Very, very easy. Blend it as best you can. And that's what that gives you. Look it, already looking like we got us a piece of wood or something. Hey, Debbie girl, there she is. How are you today, ma'am? Okay, so what's everybody doing today? You working? Working? We're going to roll it, and we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to do this around all 4 sides of our box. Okay, so all you do is just roll this about you know, the thickness that you want, maybe a little thicker than what you're actually going for, then you just put it on your mat and then put a little pressure, okay? And then you just, it peels right off. These are very, very easy to use, okay? Ain't nothing to it but to do it, y'all. Okay. Just trimming my edges. Hey, Tara, what are you up to? Oh, yeah, rainy days are great for fake bacon. Faux show. It's nice. I can hear where the cicadas are they called? They are loud today in Tennessee, I say. Okay, so then I'm just gonna do the same thing. Make it flush. Bring it up. And since we're trimming the edges, you don't have to like center your piece like I am. It just so happens to be that's where the knots are on my impression, so that I want it that way. But if your knots are a little more this way or that way, you know, you can absolutely do that. It's no problem since we're trimming it anyway. Dang, Amy. So I take it your knee's doing good? Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Girl, you let me know if you ever want a walking partner. I need to get my butt out there, y'all. I love sweets way too much, actually. And I was telling y'all Monday how much I love donuts. That's like one of my guilty pleasures. I can't say no to a donut, and I can't say no to a cookie, you guys. A nice, soft, yummy cookie, or, you know, like the Oreo. We get the cheap off-brand kind of it's essentially an Oreo though. And I love eating those with my coffee. Oh my gosh. But I've gained like 20 pounds. I gotta start walking. So Amy, if you ever need a partner. Hey Brenda, hey Ramona, Judy, there's that pretty lady. Okay, so look, we already got most of our box covered. And we're going to do one more piece because if we cut it in half with this particular box, it should just be one more piece cut in half should be the right length to do the other two sides. You guys having a good morning so far? I sure hope so. My morning's been pretty good. We read us a nice little scripture, and my kids were in a great mood this morning, so there's a lot of giggling today. That's always nice. Okay, this is the last time we got to do this. Hey, Tina! What you up to, girlfriend? Okay, so now once you get all the ugly edges cut off, I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, and we're just going to cut that in half. And this is our last little bit of coverage that we got to do here for the sides. Yeah, and if you're using this mold, yeah, this fits on there pretty much perfect. And when you're, I'll show you this, but obviously you're going to have some lines for your sides where they meet. It doesn't look, I mean, I think it looks cool. It looks like a box really, but we're going to cover that up. So, you know, if you don't like that, don't worry, because this design here, see, we're going to be making it look like one of them old-timey treasure chests. So we're doing a spooky craft, Debbie. That's what I was thinking of. For some reason, my brain started thinking of, you know, like Pirates of the Caribbean and like Davy Jones' Locker, that kind of spooky is what we're going with. Hey, Annette, how are you, my friend? How are you? How are you, pretty girl? Okay, and now our last one. And just gently press. And that's all there is to it, you guys. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. You can do this. I promise, promise, promise you can do this. Okay, we're going to trim our excess. And just do our smoothing at the top. You don't have to smooth it too much on the sides. Just make sure your clay is all touching and connecting and stuff, so when it dries it don't separate. But like I said, we're going to cover that up anyway. Look what that mold gives you. Doesn't that already look like an old treasure chest? Pretty cool, huh? I actually got this idea. I was watching one of my ladies. Her page is called Nuttin' Perfect. Okay, Nuttn, I believe, and then the word perfect. And she does some really cool stuff. She was using the DAS clay. That's like it's more like a ceramic type clay. Okay, so now I lied. We're gonna do this one more time, and because we're gonna go ahead and cover this real quick since we got this out. But yeah, she was covering an Amazon box, and she did it with that clay, and then just put her like lines in it, and I was like, man, and it just inspired me so much, and I was like, I gotta do something with that idea, because that is too cool of an idea, a way to use a box. I've never seen that before. But and I'm going to show you how to get a larger impression with this egg that we're fixing to do. Okay, so you want this about enough to cover your egg. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it this way and kind of roll it the opposite. Okay, just get your impression in there. Rhonda, how are you? Okay, and then we're just going to peel it up. And since this is a treasure chest, it's not, it's okay if it's not perfect. So it works pretty good for this particular design. Yes, Annette, I highly encourage you to make some sort of, like I was saying earlier, I do my crosses. When I'm doing my faith crafts, this is the impression mat that I use, and it works phenomenal for that as well. But yeah, works really good for wood. See, and that's how you get a bigger one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cover this, and then we should be done with our brown. And this is the dark brown is the color that we're using today. I guess you could use like a milk chocolate if you wanted to, but I just thought this made it look like old, and I wanted to look old and dingy and like spooky. So we're just gently, very, very gently forming it around because we don't want to lose our impression. Okay. Then we're going to flip it over. You don't have to cover the back of this all the way either if you want to save you on some of your brown clay. Okay, and then we're just going to bring it just like we did with this, just over the lip. Bonnet for a tree. Oh, that would look really cool on a tree trunk. Yes, Rhonda, get this in your arsenal if you're really getting into this. You get Annette, did you get the one like that you got like the other? There's like 2 or 3 other ones that you got too. Let me see if I can show you another one. Here's another one that came with it. They're just really pretty, like just different intricate kind of designs. And if you're wanting to add a little bit of flair to something instead of it just being like a flat coverage, these tools work, or these mats work great for that. And like I said, they're really didn't cost a whole lot either. I've had them for a long time. I can't remember, but okay, see? That's what you want, okay? So now we are ready for the next step. You got yours from Temu? Yeah, it probably is the same one, I bet you. You just got yours cheaper. Yes, Rhonda. Amazon surfing for show. Okay, so now we're going to get our black out. You got them too, Wanda? Yeah, these are good ones to have. And they have all kinds of different designs. Like, I don't know if they have the waffle design in this kind of thing, but I do know they have all kinds of different really cool ones. So I'm just getting my black out. And you want to roll it long enough to cover. We're going to cover our top. And this, I just kind of eyeballed. And I just got like straightened my two edges here. Okay. And then, but like I said, this part does not have to be perfect because as you can see, most of it's going to be covered anyway. So don't worry too much. And we are just going to put this over our top. And make sure that this does not go over because we want it to look like it's, you know, it's dark in our treasure chest. Made that a little too long, so if you did that, no biggie. You just trim it right on off. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, looking good so far. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the little, these little, I don't know what they're called, the metal pieces that go over. We're going to do that next. So what I do for that is I just take a little bit of my black and we're going to roll us a log of clay. And I roll mine, maybe you want your log to be maybe like a 1/4 inch thick. Okay. Okay, so after you get that, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our palm. Okay, make sure it's straight on your mat before you do this. And we're just going to give it one little good press. And then I snip one end off so it's straight. Okay, and that's what that gives you. Just like a nice, pretty straight. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, it'll work. Okay, so now we're going to start by covering our corners. So that's why I said don't worry too much about your corners because they're getting covered anyway. And then just gently press because you don't want to lose that you know, straightness that we got. Okay. And we're just going to keep going. I like to do all 4 corners first. And then do the in-between ones. Okay. Then we're going to do our next one. Y'all working today? I feel like I'm behind. I didn't really get a whole lot done, to be honest with you, yesterday. Kind of, you guys ever get in like that little, where you want to do stuff, but you're like, yeah. You just feel kind of stuck. That's how it was for me yesterday. It's kind of piddle farting around. I did get a little more cleaning done though. Okay, so that's all we got so far, all right? And now is the time to pick what side. I think I want this to be my front. And we're just going to do 2 in between, okay? Let me show you. So I don't want them like completely even, if that makes sense, because we're going to put like a little lock looking thing on, and I want to make sure that we have room to put that detail on there. Hey, Misty, what you doing, girl? Okay, very, very easy craft, okay? It's really just, like I said, your basic shapes and mostly your imagination, how to form those shapes into something cool. Okay, so that's what that'll give you. All right, spooky, spooky, spooky. Hey, Piggy. Okay. And we're gonna roll this out another one. Hey, Juanita, how are you, my friend? Hey, Jenna. Heidi, how are you? I am doing well, my friend. Thank you for asking. How are you? And then again, take this part of your palm, and we're just gonna press, and then trim that curvy part, and we're gonna do 2 more. I try to look and kind of make it even with the front, but it's okay. I mean, because you're really not going to notice it anyway, so. But it helps you like put your just helps if you need that little bit of extra guidance. Okay. All right, that's what we got. And so I think I'm going to leave the sides off so we don't lose too much of that detail. Hey, Tanya, good evening. How are you? Okay, so now we're going to set that off to the side. Actually, there's one more thing I had to do. Sorry. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to do that bottom piece. And this one, I do a little bit thinner, so it's not, taking up, like there's too much black on it, and then it covers up our wood detail. So this one we want a little bit thinner. Yes, Debbie, I just, for some reason, when I was looking at the flyer, thinking about what to make, and it said, essentially we could do Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Halloween, whatever our brain brought us to. She lets us be so creative like that. I love the freedom she gives us with these challenges and stuff. But anyways, for some reason, Debbie, my brain went to a pirate chest and the Davy Jones locker. So I wrote this one kind of long, and then we're going to do the same thing. Just make sure it's even on your mat. Okay. Trim that little piece off. Okay, and then I start on the back side. And all you're going to do is just bring it around flush with the bottom of your cutting mat or your glass, whatever you're using. And we're just going to wrap it around. Easy peasy. You can do this, I promise. And like I said, if you weren't able to catch it and you got to watch the replay, and then I always, don't forget, I put this on my YouTube channel because Facebook deletes these after a certain amount of time. So you can always go to the YouTube and save it. And you can follow this anytime at your own speed. And it will always be there for you to go to. Yes, yes, absolutely, Rhonda. I like that too. Because, sometimes you can't do the whole thing in one sitting, and, that's okay. So that's what that gives you, okay? The bottom of our chest is done, y'all. Easy, easy peasy. You can do this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, since we got our black going on. Oops. And we're going to, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it to our top. Yes. I tried to do it a little bit spookier this time, Debbie. Instead of a happy one, I wanted him to look like, I'm going to eat you. Does it look like that, y'all? Does he look spooky? I tried. I'm trying to go outside my comfort zone a little bit. Like, you guys know I love the kawaii and the cute stuff. I will never not do that. It's like my number one favorite thing. But I am trying to do more, like challenge myself. Try some different styles. And I was telling you guys for Christmas, I really want to try to do some primitive style stuff and Halloween. Okay, so we got our log again. Same trick. Use your palm. Okay. Trim that. And we're going to do the same thing. So what I like to do is put it like this. Don't touch it, but it gives you an idea of where to put it. You don't have to do this, and it's not a big deal if you don't. That's just what I did to make sure I didn't get, too many or not enough, Okay, and then we're going to do another one about right there. I'm excited to see what all the other girls are going to do today. Because it's like such a, we have a lot of creative freedom for this challenge. So I'm really excited to see what everybody's going to do today. Okay, and then after you get your main two, then I just go in and do just a little one on this side. Okay. This is a way that you can get a lot of detail, and it's really not a lot of extra work. Hey, Debbie, how are you, my friend? What are you up to, girl? Okay, so that's what we got. Then the last thing that we're going to do, I don't know if this is going to be long enough. It might be. I'm just going to take this, just like we did with our bottom. Okay. And we're just going to wrap it around. Gently press. Okay, that's what that gives you. Okay. Okay, so now the next thing, we are going to need our black bone. I'm going to put that away for a minute. Because the next thing that we're going to do is, okay, wait, I lied to do more. We're going to do the lock. We're going to go ahead and do the lock. And how I got that is I got this cutter right here. Can you see it? It's like a, what is that? A club, like a club shape. And I got this from Walmart. It was a set of like a whole bunch of small ones. Like you get a heart, you get a square, you get a triangle, all like the basic shapes. And then there were some of them was thrown in there too. And this worked out great, like the size and everything. Looked just like a keyhole to me. So I just dipped that in a little bit of my cooking spray, and that's what that gives you. Okay. Whoops. Easy, easy peasy. How did I put that on there? Okay. So then you're going to make sure you're doing it on your front that you want. This is my front. And we're going to set it in the top half of your box. Okay. And then gently press because you don't want to ruin the shape. Look at you guys. Look how good that works for like a lock. Okay, so that's what we got for that. Now we can put this away for a minute. And we are going to get out our yellow. For this next part is, I got this. I also got this on Amazon. This is actually a Super Mario mold. Okay, and I bought this to do like some little fun crafts for my kids. We all love Mario and gamer stuff, whatever. But that's how I got the coins, is it's actually a Mario coin. But you can just roll them, roll some little circles and flatten them, and put you just like a little divot in the middle. I mean, and that would work and look just as cute. You do not need a mold to do this. I just did it because I had the mold, so I was like, something else to use it for. But you absolutely do not need it. Okay. Okay, so right before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to put our little notches on. These little divots, or what are they called? Rivets? I don't know. But we're going to do that. And so I just do one. All this is my, it's a silver paint marker. Look how cool that looks. And then I just try to eyeball and make sure that they're even with the last strip that I did, so they look, fairly uniform. Look how cool that looks. Okay, that's how easy that is. Okay, and then I'm going to do one here on the bottom. And then I think I'm going to do one in between. And that's what your front should look like. Okay, and we're going to do this all the way around. I'm going to put just a couple on there. Okay. And we are almost done already. Okay, I go under here, one in between. Already got our back done. Put a couple in here. Okay. And I think, yeah. And then I'm going to put, so it looks like our keyhole is riveted as well. See that? Look how cool that looks. You guys, I am in love with this. Like, I want to find more things to make like crates for. Just because it's, yeah, right? It's like you get so much detail, and it's really, there ain't nothing to it. It looks like you spent all kinds of time on it, but you didn't. Just some clay and some paint markers and a little impression mat. So, okay, so now we're going to do our good debuts, okay? So I have my oil brush, and it's just cooking spray. I just spray it in a little container, and I'm going to wipe some in there. Show it up close. Can you see it, Amy? That's what we got. Pretty cool. And I'm just going to press this in here. See? And this, oops, sorry. That's what that gives you, that mold. So then I'm just going to, I want them to look like they're kind of spilling out a little bit. Be very gentle. If you are using this mold, just be very gentle, because it can, you know, warp your little circles. Oh, you are so welcome, my friend. And if you get one, like, see how I kind of smooshied that one a little bit? That's okay, because we can put that one like up here. And then when we put our top on, you won't even know. Won't even know, I say. Okay, so we're just going to put on. Hey, Renee, how are you today? Okay. I'm going to put another one. Let me take a look at mine for a second. Okay. You guys liking this so far? I hope so. And we're just want to do enough. We're going to put a couple on the sides, but really just, if you're going to try this, just focus mainly on the front. Because, you know, the back of the treasure box, it wouldn't make sense for them to be coming out of the back. You know what I mean? Because you want it to look like it's just a cracked open treasure chest. So, okay, I'm going to do one right here, I think. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so glad. And I hope this fits with, you know, like I said, I was thinking of Halloween when I thought of this. So I hope this goes with what you were wanting. Okay, so this is what we got so far. I'm just kind of randomly sticking them and kind of overlapping. You want that look of like it's like the gold's overflowing out. Okay, I'm going to stick one here, and then I think we're going to put just a couple here and a couple here, and then that'll be it for that, y'all. And then we'll already be moving on to the octopus. This is an easy craft. I promise you can do it. You really can do it. And I'm learning, if you do get this mold, go ahead and just grease it before you do it every time. What's the mold? Wanda, this is actually a Super Mario mold. And it had the Mario coin in there. And I thought, oh man, that'll be perfect as a... But I got it on Amazon. This is what it looks like. Just type in Super Mario silicone mold and you should be able to find it, no problem. Hey, Tammy! I sure can. Yes, I can. She asked if I'll show you guys how you can do a coin if you don't want to get this mold or you don't have something similar to use. I absolutely can do that for you, ma'am. Let me get this one stuck on here. Okay, so if you do not have a mold, this is what I would suggest. This is what I would do. So just roll you a ball, okay? And then I would just gently press to get your flat coin shape. And then I think what I would do, I have this tool. This is like a silicone, see, it's like a chisel tip. And just get that same look. Like that. Can you see that? Or you could do, you can use an impression tool and then just cut you some little circles and get you like some really ornate. That's the good thing about like gold pieces. You can kind of go crazy with that and make them look really different if you want. And let me see what I got here that like most of us would probably have. But I would say that would probably be the best way to go, Tammy, if you don't have a tool. And you could even use the same tool and, you know, just if you wanted to go around, well, that's not working too good, but this would work if you want your gold to look, you know, like old and raggedy. Actually, don't look too bad. Use something like that, but just, and that'll work just fine. Yes, a stamp impression. If you guys have stamps, yes, those are fabulous. And you can do a lot of things with those. Yes, Wanda, absolutely. Yeah. I would just grease it. Just grease it before you do it. Hey, Carol, we are making this today. My brain went to the spooky. So that's what I thought of, like I've been telling everybody, I thought of Davy Jones, you know, locker. And okay, so I think I'm going to put maybe one more on and we're going to call that good. I think I'm going to put one right there. Okay, so see, I just did like the very front, and that's what you get, y'all. Too easy. You can do it. And I think that's all we need for our yellow. Yep. Okay, so we are going to start on the octopus. Let me put I forgot to put my lines on this. This is just the same thing. I put my lines, or my dots, I mean, sorry. And these, I just kind of put one in the center. And that's how I get my spacing on this one. And then I just, like I said, I try to follow the dots so they look even on both sides. Nothing to it. You can do it. Okay. Got one more. Okay. See? And that's what that gives you. Now we're done with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this. And I'm just going to put a little bit of tacky glue just on the foam part, because the rest of it will stick. And find which side you want to be your front here. I think I want this to be my front. And since I'm using an egg, as you can see, one side is not as big as the other one. And so I'm just going to use that, and we're going to disguise that when you put your octopus on. Like, see, you can't even really tell. Okay, so now we're going to get our purple out, and I'll show you that real quick. Hey, Jamie, how are you, sweet lady? Oh, thank you, Amy. You are. Yes, he does. She said, God works in mysterious ways. No doubt. That is the truth right there. Okay, and if you're wondering real quick, I won't be able to do this because you got to wait till it's dry. But if you want more of like that gold look, this is what I used. This is just mica powder. Just mica powder in gold. And I just use a little Q-tip and put that on and ship-a-pee. That's all there is. Renee, for this part, no, that's just a paint marker. It's just a silver colored paint marker, and I just do a little dot, or you can use little balls of gray clay if you want. Oh, I appreciate that, Jamie. Thank you for doing that. Um, but yeah, that's all it is just a paint marker, Renee. Or you could, gems would be really cool if you wanted to use that. Absolutely. So we're just doing this like we did. You guys remember the octopus? And we're just kind of easing it on down. So we keep our octopus shape. Hey, Maria, how are you? Oh, Rhonda said gold flakes. Yes, if you have that, that would probably look amazing. Absolutely amazing. I just want to give you a basic concept and inspire you to hopefully make something fun. You know, if you like, I know a lot of people like the, you know, like the pirate stuff for their spooky theme. That's why I thought of this. And my son actually, back when he was, I think he was 5, and he was a pirate for Halloween one year. Okay, so you're just taking your access and kind of tucking that in a little bit. And then find your pretty side of that you want your octopus head to be. Okay. And what I did is, like for this, I didn't, because it's just, it was a light piece of styrofoam, but like something heavy like this, I think what I'm going to do, since we have the foam in there, is I'm going to go ahead and put just a couple things in here just to anchor it. So it'll have something to rest on and it won't, see? And then we're going to just gently press. And that's what we got so far. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to take our clay. Oh, this is just doing that. I'm going to show you how to do the legs, but I already showed you guys that. Remember in the, you know, you can watch that if we don't get to it. This is from that tool set that I got in my shop. It's this tool right here. Can you see that? It's the biggest closed tip. That's what I'm using. And to get these kind of real, I guess more realistic looking eyes, I guess you could say, you want the eyes on the side of the head. Okay. And I press in and pull up and look at what that gives you. It gives you like the eyebrow, like the little crease, all of that. Isn't that cool? Let me see if I can show you. Okay, where do I want my eye? About right here. So we just, can you see this? You push in and then go up. Isn't that cool? Okay. And then I just put a little bit of black clay in there, but let me show you how to do a leg or two. And then, the box is, it's just a box. And then the top is half of a, it's half of a styrofoam egg. Yeah, isn't that cool? Very, very easy, you guys. So now I wanted these legs to be a little more spindly. Okay. Oh, and I realized I just did that backwards. That's okay. I can fix it. Okay, so don't do what I just did. You want to put your legs on first, okay? But we could still make this work. And so now all you want to do is just make it look, you know, like he's trying to, let me cut this at an angle and that'll help me. So if you do like I just did, just know it's okay. It is not going to hurt it because it's still going to be cool. You just want to make it look like he's trying to grab on, just like we did. And I'll show you how to do the one that's like kind of raised up here. I'll show you how to do that one real quick. And then for the skull, also just a mold, grease it up. I got it from Amazon. Just grease it up, put it in there. But the lineup, I think up after me is Colossal Creations. I lost my paper. And then after her, I believe, is Paper Sweeties. And then I'm Snow Crafty. And then I believe Kiss a Frog Crafts is on after that. And then, gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I lost my paper. But everything is on my page. It's on Debbie's page. You go to the Bright Ideas Crafters and Marketplace page. Everything is right there. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think to grab that when I was grabbing everything. Okay, so I wanted to show you one more leg, how to drape it around. Okay, and then now we're gonna do the one on top. Hi, Jenny. How are you? I can't wait to see what you make today. Yes, ma'am, Tina. Cabochons. Yes, you got it. You guys could use whatever you want. It even glitter. If you have, like, I know Debbie, she has I believe she has gold glitter, like the don't you, Debbie? That would be really cool too. You just put some tacky glue and like sprinkle that chunky glitter, like the little circle glitters. That would be cool too, I think. Okay, so now how you do the raised up one is you just kind of form your leg how you want. And then when you make sure you tack it on one side, and then we lift it up. And leave it held up. And then tack it on the other side. And that is all there is to that. And it will stay because it's straight up and down. See? So you can get more dimension and it kind of goes with the, you know, the flow of what you're doing. And, oh, okay. She don't have it yet, but it's on its way. So if you want to try this and you want to try it with the glitter, keep an eye out for her shop because she gonna have it. And, okay. So really quick, let me tell you, these right here for the little little bubble things. I'm going to show you the skull super quick, how I shaded that. And then this right here, can you see these? They are so cool. Also Amazon, just look up fake bubbles. And these are actually beads that, see, they have, I don't know if you can see, but they have a hole in the middle. So you could put these on a bracelet or something. But you can't even really notice the hole. So I just use them for like cabochons. So anyways, that's what I did for that. And really quick, let me show you how to do the skull. So now you guys know how to do the legs. If you want to put the little suckers on, I showed you that in the cookie jar video of the octopus. That's on my YouTube. You can find that anytime. It's not on Facebook anymore. But or like with this one, what I did is I just did the paint pen and did it really kind of muted. You could do it that way too. It's totally up to you. So really quick, I'm going to get some white. And don't forget, up after me, we're going to see Jenny Jan with Colossal Creations. So we're going to grease this really good. Press it in there. And I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll put pictures. I will have this in my Etsy shop here in a little bit. Okay, so once you get that, I'm going to show you how to put this one on down. I'm just tacking it on because my my clay's still wet. Okay. Too easy. So, but see how stark white that is? I didn't like that. So what you do, if you want it to look old and spooky, I got my little toner palette. You can get it from the Dollar Tree. And I got the darkest color, but be careful, okay? And I just go in the dark point or the deep points because we're just essentially shading. You see that? Let me try to. And there's a skull, like the kind of go around the head and in his jawline, just across his mouth, in his nose, just those parts of the face that are really recessed in. We're trying to emphasize that and make it look more spooky. Okay, and then that's all there is to that. See how much it changed it, made it look old. Okay, so I'm gonna jump off of here. It's 9 o'clock. Just 2 little black balls for your eyes. There's all it is. I'm going to finish putting the legs on, and that's it, y'all. We are done with this craft. So please try it. I hope this inspired you to do something fun, and just know you don't need a lot of styrofoam or styrofoam at all, and you can make a really cool craft with not a whole lot. But I love you guys. Hey, Diane. Yay, I'm glad you guys like it. I love you guys very much, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a fabulous day. I'll be over there talking to you guys with Jenny Jan, Colossal Creations. Let's go see her next. And never, ever, ever forget how much Jesus loves you. Okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye.